Yes, hi, hello, sir. Unfortunately, it's disappointing news. The bank has decided to reject your mortgage reapplication. I know you'll find this very disappointing, sir.
That's completely unacceptable. You haven't even given me a good reason. It's my house. I can remortgage it if I like.
Sir, I completely understand that, but unfortunately, after our upper management advisors did some research on you, they found some previous mortgage expenses that you used to quote unquote buy the dip in 2022 on a Kevin De Bruyne rare card.
Okay, well, maybe that was true, but he was one of the best midfielders on the platform with huge upsides, and you can see even today he's still performing.
But sir, you then panic sold that garbage to Pavel, and we really don't think that was an appropriate use of your previous mortgage capital, and we highly doubt your ability to repay the mortgage when you're spending all of the money on football JPEGs, sir.
That is just completely out of line. They represent digital scarcity, true ownership, and you can use them in fantasy football games across the world of football forever in time.
Well, that may be true, sir, but we've done some further research on you, and it turns out you're not only buying these football JPEGs, you have absolutely no idea what you're doing with them. Sir.
So what? I made a couple bad purchases. Yes, my lineups aren't always optimal, but I'm trying my best. You can't reject the application.
Well, alright, well, have a lovely day, sir. Well, that guy sucked.
Twat. Right, time for plan B.
Alex, did you spend £700 on my card?
Yeah, about that. There was a big opportunity in the sorare market, and I knew you'd say yes because you trust me.
I don't think I ever would have said yes if I knew it was £700.
But is it really that expensive when you think he's the best goalkeeper in the Premier League, probably top 2 goalkeepers in the world? He's good. He'd be fine. It's a great investment.
Well, in that case, that's my card, so let me know how he's doing.
Yeah, he's currently out to April with a hamstring injury.
Great.
So welcome to my sorare journey, episode 76. The last time we spoke, I was raising money to enter the Premier League competition. It's obviously the most premium competition there is on sorare, but at the same time, I already had a lot of the cards required to enter it, whereas the prices were spiking. All I really needed was a goalkeeper. And as you now know, I went and got the best goalkeeper in world football. If he's not number 1, he's number 2 behind Courtois. Alisson Becker. Now what I realised is I can actually buy an old season Becker and have him for the rest of time, and the price premium, it wasn't that substantially different. So last sales in the new season was 746, 709, and I picked up my old season for 668. Now some of you at home might be saying, well, still a little close. I would rather a new season card for that cost. But the difference was I was buying a max level Alisson Becker. So I was able to have the highest potential power you could get on this card. Now, of course, when you trade him over, you lose a little bit of that. So he's only level 18 at the minute. But what a bargain that was, considering the next sale went to £837 to Nepenthez. And as you probably already know, 2 days later, he got injured. So no real price impact until the last couple of days. But how unlucky can I get? And it gets worse. Because before the news was official, I saw on Twitter, thanks to Channy, that there was a rumour Alisson was injured. So I was like, great, I can go and get the backup. I love having the backup goalkeeper on sorare. It removes so much risk. I do it with every single card I have, except this one. Kelleher, for whatever reason, well, I know exactly the reason, I just didn't have enough money to buy him. So I'm seeing these sales go through. I'm seeing one at 88 gone. I'm seeing new season at 150 gone. And there's an old season at 125 where I'd even get a collection bonus for owning him. And I only have like £100 I can spend. And keep in mind at this time, you don't know if he's missing 1 week. You don't know if he's missing 4 months. You know, we have no idea how bad Alisson's injury is or even if it's real. But what you would do is just buy the backup goalkeeper anyway. So I sent an offer. The card was on sale for £125, so I offered £130 of cash, and he rejected the offer, saw the news, and made him more expensive. Now, I've got no real problem with that, but just imagine the slap in the face as you can't get money on the platform quick enough to go and buy the reserve, and then the news is official of your brand new most expensive card, which also stops all of your other entries into the most premium competition on the game. And then things got better because I picked up Pedro Porro on a great trade deal, exactly what I want, and he also got injured just before the game week. Now keep in mind here, I've taken a huge haircut in value of all of my super rares so I can get cash in the bank and I can use it effectively because I think these Premier League cards are going to go up in value. And that's exactly what happened. I mean, just look at the price of Raya going from 373 to a last sale of over £1,000. I was looking at him. That was who I wanted to buy rather than Alisson. But it was a coin flip, went with the long-term solution rather than the short-term new season card. But raising all that money didn't go too badly because there was one more Premier League card that I went and got, and it was Declan Rice. Now, just looking at his scores, you know exactly why I've purchased him. But coming off the back of 100, I thought, right, there's one for £237. I snapped that up as quickly as I could, and the next sale was 518. Yes, it's in the new season, but still, that sort of price difference, it's definitely a win for me. I'm finally banking a win. One of the best cards on the platform at the minute. Last 5 is 68. But I actually think it's not just a short-term thing. He's starting to get more set pieces at Arsenal, and I think he could be a bit of a Joshua Kimmich, where he has set pieces, he gets attacking decisive, but also he's passing, he's making tackles. He's literally involved everywhere on the pitch. So that's what I thought until, yeah, captained him for a 42 in a 5-0 win against Burnley. Keeping in mind, I had Xavi Simons, who I captain every single week, with 100. So the luck's going against me. Things are not going well for me at the minute. Just to put into perspective how bad that score is, when Rice starts, now this game is in play at the minute, he hasn't put up a score that bad since game week 409, where it was a 2-2 draw with Spurs. A score you might expect. But when you beat Burnley 5-0, I saw people on Twitter not being able to understand it. It was simple. It's because I bought him. It's because I bought Alisson. It's because I bought Porro. I am the reason. But when everything seems to be going against you, the only thing you can do is push on harder and stop the trend. So after I wasn't able to afford Kelleher as the backup, and it would have solved a lot of the problems I've got going on the gallery at the minute, I then need to make some tough calls. Some people need to leave the club and we need to raise even more funds. Andre Lunin, gone. He cost me £34 and won me £430 of rewards. Didn't matter. Gone. Emil Forsberg, probably what I consider the best MLS player for the next season, except for probably Messi. But I just think he'll absolutely rip. So what? 10% bonus. Don't care. Gone. Raspadori, huge talent. Don't care. Gone. Odegaard, new season, don't care, gone. Areola, goalkeeper for the Premier League limited competition, I'm all about rares, baby. Julian Alvarez, Spider-Man, one of my favourite players. I followed him from River Plate all the way to Man City, gone. Benjamin Henriks, one of my favourite cards, one of the most undervalued players on the game. Super rare, almost max level, gone. I mean, I had to do something, and this time I am not wasting the money, I'm not getting bad luck, I am pushing on, making smart decisions, and this is how. I went and bought Robert Sanchez. Yeah, not sure if he's number 1 goalkeeper, not sure if he's number 2, not sure if he's fit. Yeah, so I just don't know. To give you a bit more perspective on this, I've picked up Robert Sanchez because I could get him for £250, who could be Chelsea's starting goalkeeper, compared to David Raya, £1,000. You know, 4x cheaper. It seemed like a smart choice at the time because I can go one better and make up for previous mistakes and get the second option in Chelsea's goalkeeper scenario. In this case, it is Petrovic. He was only £99. But that wasn't true because he actually is a £300 card. Just he had this weird sale for 99, so I saw his average here. Now keep in mind the market's moving quickly in the goalkeeper market. I'm seeing these prices spike, and I'm seeing Robert Sanchez on Twitter. You know, Pochettino says he's fit. He just missed the last game through a personal reason. So I was like, right, got to buy it. Good enough deal. I can get both goalkeepers for £350. I'll get a guaranteed starter out of one of them and save £700 on, say, Araya. Yeah, now I'm seriously doubting that because speaking to Chelsea fans, reading more of Twitter, they think Petrovic might keep it. Now, it's a complete coin flip. I'd say it's absolutely 50-50 for the next Premier League game. They have got a cup final in the meantime. But it's not awful at the same time because Robert Sanchez is of such a high quality that in the summer he could get a move. But my scenario, he's a good card to own, but for my scenario, I need a keeper that is going to play now so I can enter my new season cards and I've not just purchased a cost premium for no reason. So after getting unlucky, after making some mistakes, and after taking some risks, I finally made it back to making good strategic sorare choices and good trade deals. I started selling more cards, but this time I was more open to being patient and maybe taking some good trade deals. So here I managed to get cards for an extra £10 and I got the old Jan Sommer, and with the old Jan Sommer, and then went and sold him for the same price I was going to sell that one at. So I've made a little bit of money there, and I thought, do you know what? In this market, everyone's looking for these new flashy cards or better XP. Sometimes they're a bit over the top. You can make a cost premium on them. I'll be the trader in this case. So I let go of my brand new season Martinelli for a special edition Martinelli and El Nazir, who was worth about £30, and £35 of cash. I mean, that seemed like a no-brainer to me, especially because I'm thinking, maybe I avoid this hype in the Premier League new season and maybe I focus on next season, or I can just play the old season cards when the March competition starts. So I was enjoying trading, I was making little bits of money, and I thought, yeah, we'll just do it again. So this time I got a brand new season James Ward-Prowse, I got Eze, who's injured, so when he returns from injury we can sell him, and 3 special edition Liverpool cards in their away kits that I can sell. They'll have a collection bonus and I can use them. I've been enjoying it. I've been making little bits of money, making up for mistakes, making up for bad luck. It's been great. So after all of that, we've got all of those cards. We've got £272 in the bank and £223 of ETH. So I've got about £500 of spending. Most of you will know about the sorare airdrop we've just got from Starknet. So maybe £650, £700 of spending I could do with some more cards to sell as well. I mean, I'm feeling great, but I'm a little bit stuck on a strategy. So let me know what you think of these. So this is my current split between Champion Europe new season and old season cards. And like I've been explaining, some crucial injuries to Alisson, João Pedro I didn't even mention, and Robert Sanchez not guaranteed to start, all gives a little bit of a cloud of uncertainty on what to do. And especially in the Premier League competition, because what I wanted to do was rank my players based on how strong they are. So I've looked at the last 40, and this is their ranks, 1 for Alisson, 19 for Colwill, for example, and 10 for João Pedro. And I also looked at last 15. So last 40 is a more long-term view, and last 15s are more, are they in form, are they out of form? Keeping in mind some L40s for, say, Kudos, for example, that will include his time at Ajax. This is a very broad measurement is what I'm trying to say. It's not a perfect science on how good your team is, but you can see the old season here is mixed with the new season. Premier League, I'm starting to think, is it better if I just sell off those cards, especially ones with a price premium? But I've got a collection of key players like Matoma, Adingra, Pedro. I'm not really going to be able to sell them because I'll lose my collection bonus. So maybe I should be playing the Premier League competition. And then I think when March comes around, the Bundesliga competition, I couldn't be better suited. I've got a full Leipzig stack that's got a little bit of depth and strong scorers all new season. So what if I had a goalkeeper and a forward and I run out 2 teams every week in the Bundesliga, really strong, rankings are really high, huge collection bonus, and there's not really been that price premium on some of the best cards. You can look at Harry Kane, for example, where at the start of the month, he was selling for £995 before any news of the new season and the Bundesliga competitions, and he's still selling for essentially the same price. And yes, his scores haven't been as good, but I don't think anyone's doubting how many goals he's going to score or how good his SO5 scores are going to be. It's just everyone's focused on the Premier League because we know the prize pool, but the Bundesliga won't be too far behind. So maybe a smarter choice is not to follow the crowd, and it's to do my own kind of thing where the Bundesliga is more appealing. The only thing stopping me from jumping hard into the Bundesliga is my knowledge of the league is just not as strong as the Premier League. I know who's up and coming in the Premier League. I can find information easily. So yeah, let me know what you would do in this situation. Things will become a lot clearer for me when I know if Robert Sanchez is going to be the starting goalkeeper for Chelsea or not. But besides that, I can still run these cards out in the old season competition, or I can go and get another goalkeeper and use him. It's really tough, and a lot of the card prices are starting to come back on the Premier League cards. I have made a full transition where almost all of my rare cards are now Champion Europe. They're going to be very Premier League focused, very Bundesliga focused, and I can't wait for March. I hope you enjoyed the video. Drop a like if you did, subscribe to the channel. Maybe you'll like this video, and yeah, all the best to you. Cheers.
appropriation of previous mortgage funds. And, you know, when you're deciding to expense yourself, what the fuck is the line, you cunt?